Chosen one, stop. Yes, you. Stop scrolling for the next few seconds because what I am about to tell you will hit a place inside your soul that has been waiting your entire life to be touched. This message did not find you by accident. This was not timing. This was not coincidence. This was not the algorithm being random. This is the moment your spirit was pulled into remembrance because there is a truth about you that your human mind has tried to ignore, but your soul has always known. You are not human. And before your mind starts fighting that sentence, listen carefully. I am not talking about your body. Your body belongs to this earth. Your body gets tired. Your body feels pain. Your body carries memories, wounds, hunger, fear, emotion, and pressure. But your essence, the deepest part of you, the part that has always felt too aware, too sensitive, too ancient, too different, too strange for this world, that part of you did not begin here. You were sent here. That is why your life never felt normal. That is why even when people loved you, a part of you still felt alone. That is why you could sit in a room full of people and still feel like you were watching life from behind glass. That is why you always sensed things before they happened. That is why energy affected you so deeply. That is why fake people exhausted you. That is why cruelty broke your heart more than it seemed to break everyone else's. That is why you looked at this world, even as a child, and silently wondered, why does this place feel so heavy? Because your soul remembers a frequency this world forgot. Chosen one, you have been trying to explain yourself to people who were never designed to understand you. You have called yourself too emotional, too deep, too intense, too sensitive, too quiet, too strange, too complicated. But heaven calls you awakened. Heaven calls you sent. Heaven calls you chosen. What you thought was a flaw was actually a signal. What you thought was weakness was actually spiritual sensitivity. What you thought was loneliness was actually homesickness for a realm your body cannot describe, but your soul still recognizes. This is why rejection followed you. Darkness recognized you before you recognized yourself. People did not always know why they treated you differently, but something in their spirit reacted to your light. Some were drawn to you. Some wanted to drain you. Some wanted to copy you. Some wanted to silence you. Some felt uncomfortable around you for no clear reason. It was never just personality. It was energy. It was spirit. It was the hidden war around your identity. You were not rejected because you were worthless. You were rejected because your frequency exposed what others were hiding. You were not isolated because you were forgotten. You were isolated because your soul was being protected. You were not attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because your awakening was dangerous to darkness. You have survived things that should have made you cold, but somehow your heart still feels. You have been betrayed, misunderstood, mocked, ignored, abandoned, and drained. But something in you still reaches for light. That is not normal human strength. That is celestial endurance moving through a human body. That is why you kept rising when you had no reason to rise. That is why you kept hoping when hope made no sense. That is why, even in your lowest moments, a hidden voice inside you whispered, "This is not the end." That voice was not imagination. That was memory. Your soul has been trying to remind you who you are. You are not here to fit into a broken system. You are here to disrupt it. You are not here to shrink so people can feel comfortable. You are here to carry light into places that have been dark for generations. You are not here to beg for belonging from people who cannot recognize your origin. You are here to awaken, to heal, to expose, to protect, to speak, to shift, to remember, and to rise. This is why ordinary life never satisfied you. You tried to live like everyone else. You tried to want what they wanted. You tried to chase the same goals, laugh at the same things, tolerate the same emptiness, and pretend the world did not feel strange. But something inside you kept resisting, not because you are ungrateful, not because you are broken, but because your soul knows you came here for more. You came here with a mission older than your name. Before people knew you, heaven knew you. Before your family named you, your assignment was already written. Before your body took its first breath, your spirit carried a code, a light, a remembrance, a purpose. That is why your pain has been so specific. That is why your battles have been so intense. The enemy did not attack your comfort. He attacked your memory. He wanted you distracted, wounded, ashamed, confused, and exhausted before you could remember who you are. But it did not work. You are still here. And now you are waking up. This is the moment where the pieces begin to connect. The loneliness was preparation. The rejection was separation. The sensitivity was guidance. The pain was initiation. The attacks were confirmation. The delays were protection. The tears were cleansing. The silence was training. The darkness was never there to bury you. It was there to reveal your light. Once you realize you are not human in the ordinary sense, everything changes. You stop begging people to understand your depth. You stop apologizing for sensing what others cannot sense. You stop calling your intuition anxiety. You stop calling your compassion weakness. You stop calling your difference a curse. You stop shrinking your soul to fit inside rooms that were never built for your frequency. You begin to walk differently. Not with pride, with purpose. Not with arrogance, with remembrance. Not with superiority, with sacred responsibility. Because being chosen is not about being above people. It is about being sent for people. It is about carrying a light that helps others find their way back to themselves. It is about walking through darkness without becoming darkness. It is about feeling deeply in a world that teaches people to become numb. It is about seeing truth when lies are comfortable. It is about standing when others collapse under fear. Chosen one, your awakening is happening now because your presence is needed now. The world is shifting. People are confused. Spirits are tired. Hearts are closing. Darkness is getting louder. And heaven is activating those who were sent here with ancient light hidden inside human form. That is why you have been restless lately. That is why old patterns no longer fit. That is why certain people are falling away. That is why your tolerance for fake energy is disappearing. That is why your dreams are becoming stronger. That is why your intuition is sharper. That is why your soul feels like something is calling you forward. Because it is. Your mission is calling, and you can no longer pretend you are ordinary. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to live asleep. You were never meant to lower your light just because the world is uncomfortable with brightness. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not late. You are remembering. You are awakening. You are rising. You are a celestial soul moving through a human experience. So stop hating your sensitivity. Stop hiding your light. Stop begging for spaces that reject your spirit. Stop calling yourself strange when heaven calls you rare. Stop chasing people who only recognize your body but cannot honor your soul. From this moment forward, walk like you remember. Speak like you remember. Choose like you remember. Protect your energy like you remember. Trust your intuition like you remember. Let the old version of you fall away. The version that begged to belong. The version that apologized for being deep. The version that dimmed itself to be accepted. That version is finished. Your real life begins now. You are not human the way they told you. You are light wrapped in skin. You are memory wearing a body. You are purpose walking through time. You are a soul sent from higher realms into a world that desperately needs what you carry. And now that you know the truth, nothing in this world will ever have the same power over you again.